Alright, shalom. So how about giving all praises and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakadash, the honors to the apostles and the millstone, who are in teach for peace, to the Akim, pushing the truth, shalom. Now, I got another lesson I want to get into, just some basic lessons, to start off, with, and this is, I want to get on Leviticus, going into salvation is for Israel, salvation is for the Israelites, So let's get Leviticus 24. Let's Salaki, Leviticus 26 and 46. Alright, this is Leviticus 26 and verse 46. These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel and Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses. The law was given to Moses. The law was given to Israel by Moses. The laws were given to Israel, in the first place. So, that is how, we receive salvation, by keeping the law, statutes, commandments. That's how we receive salvation, So, with that, I just want to get another precept, proving who salvation is for, And these aren't our words, these are Yahweh Shemashai's words, So this is Joel 20:27. Ye shall know. So like it says Joel 2:27. It says, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord, I'm Yahweh, your power, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed. So, read that one more time. It says, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and I am the Lord, your power, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed. So, Israel is going to receive salvation. The elect of Israel first and foremost. Because it was written. It was written by Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. So it says, and that ye shall know that I'm in the midst of Israel. So only Israel can get judged. Only Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, are the only ones who can get, are the only ones who can get judged. So, it says, I am the Lord, your power, and none else, and my people should never be ashamed. So, so let me get another precept. This is Luke. Luke 1. Luke 1 and verse 68. This is Luke 1 and verse 68. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. So, it says, blessed be the Lord power of Israel, for he hath visited. He says, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. So he said he had visited, so Yahweh Shemashai throughout this whole time, since going back, to the time, going back to the time, going back to the time of Noah, it says, blessed be the Lord Yahweh of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. So he's been visiting and he's been visiting us, and he's been redeeming us, since the time began, So, he's been judging us, and he's been redeeming us for our iniquities, So, and it says, I'm gonna get another precept. Let me see. All right, let's jump down to verse 71. So that we should be saved from our enemies. So that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, So, our enemies are our enemies, which is Esau Edom, you know. So what do they have to be? What do they need to be saved from? You know, what do they need to be saved from? You know, they've been killing, rape, robbing, murder our people, So what do they need to be saved from? It says, and from the hand of all the haters, So you know, and I just wanna the precept. This is Luke. Well, Slakia. This is let me get the precept before I get to Isaiah. This is get some more precepts. This is Salakia. Let me get John verse 3:16 and break that down. Now it says John 3:16. John 3 and verse 16. For Yahweh so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. So, in Yahweh Bashim Yahshai doesn't love the whole world, he only loves Israel, so, he doesn't love the whole world. And if you love the whole world, then, why are we being punished as a nation and and the other nations being exalted? So, that's just an example of a reason why, Yahweh Shema doesn't love the whole world, So it says for let me see. Let me get another precept. Get my last precept. This is Isaiah 45 and 17. Isaiah 45 and 17. Alright. This is it says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. He should not be ashamed nor confounded in the world without end. So that scripture, being said, the elect of Israel, that's the ones that's gonna be found worthy, in days to come, in Jacob's trouble, through Jacob's trouble, make it out the fire, and make it out the tribulation period, that speaks about it in Revelation 2 and verse 10, and it says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with everlasting salvation. You should not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end, So, let me, I'm gonna start at verse 16, and it says, they shall be ashamed and also confounded, all of them. They shall go to confusion together that are makers of idols, and that's going into Esau Edom, making idols of so-called of you so-called Jesus Christ, so-called Jesus Christ, so then I'm gonna jump down. It says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. So, Israel is gonna be saved, world without end, So, that's what it says. And it's written, it's written, so with that, I just want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Krakadash, double honors to the apostles and the millstone, who will teach well, peace, and I can prove the true shalom.